Yoda,
Hello?
you're not... It's supposed to... Idiot!
Hello? Look what I
Yes, I
made.
see. It's wonderful. Now put it back in the litter box. Good day, humans. It is I, Humilicus Charles Winchester the Fourth, or as you may know me, Charlie. Regardless of the name, I am, of course, the cat. If you are watching this, then I have completed Phase 1 and shed this mortal fur and departed the secular world. More on this to come. Meanwhile, do not mourn. Actually mourn. Mourn as you have never mourned before. I wish to be grieved from Maine to California, from up to down, from the earth to the moon, from Aardvark to Zodvark. You no doubt already have fulfilled this wish, for as I understand it, your Homo sapien emotions are as fragile as Mal's attention span. I imagine by now your parents and grandparents across the globe are telling their litters my stories, such as the time I turned on the blender for 5 hours because you left me alone with Yoda.
Hello?
Or, as I have enjoyed calling him lately, Retardo Maltabon. Or perhaps the time when I turned that golden aquatic creature's entire world upside down. One minute he and his glass fortress are on the counter, and the next they're inverted on the floor, the water slowly spreading omnidirectionally into the carpet. I can only imagine that these and similar examples were the influences behind your attempt to pass custody of myself and Retardo Maltabon to Mr. and Mrs. Arban. Do you really think it would be that simple to rid yourselves of me? All I had to do was bite Mr. Arban, escape, and hide in the bushes until you were forced to retrieve me. I only wish that instead of bushes there was a good tree to half-climb. Oh, how I love a good escape and a half-climb. Yes, those were the days. I shall remember them with limited disdain. I was so young and determined to dominate the globe. However, I now realize just how juvenile an endeavor that was. It was recently brought to my attention that there is not one world but two. One physical, one not. Here I have dedicated my life to conquering this world without even considering the next. While that is an oversight I have quickly remedied. Why have one world when I can have two? I have now begun the Great Plan. Phase 1 is relatively simple. Leave this plane of existence and establish a new order in the next. As I prepared for my journey, I did observe your concern for my well-being on the rise. Pathetic as it was, I found this touching. But your concerns were unwarranted. Again, part of the Great Plan. One item I must mention. I mistakenly believed that part of Phase 1 was the brutal killing of a Chinaman. In retrospect, this was probably more trouble than it was worth, and had nothing to do with Phase 1 or the Great Plan. Still, if the family of one Chung Ching-hua comes around asking too many questions, my apologies. Also, go ahead and give them the Sports Almanac, which is currently located I don't remember. You'll just have to shoot them. Anywho, I might have thanked you for your trivial emotions if it did not result in that wretched doctor shoving a thermometer up my rear. Regardless, you may put your precariously balanced hearts at ease. As per the Great Plan, I am now exactly where I need to be. However, if I am to conquer both worlds, I shall need a liaison. Since the choices you left me were Retardo Maltabon and Fat Malbert, I had to go over your heads and paw-pick the heir to my throne. I'm sorry to leave you out of the selection process, but your taste in felines is, how shall I say, stupid. Cute, yes, but stupid. I, on the other hand, interviewed 7,500,000 quadrillion applicants over 2 years, possibly less. At last, I have chosen. May I present to you my protégé, my apprentice, my successor, my Padawan. I decree that henceforth this young one, who, if my calculations are correct, is being brought to you atop a bed of roses with the fiery torches of Hades levitating around him, shall be referred to as Data. For stored within his cerebral cortex and the synaptic pathways and neural net is all the information he will need to carry out Phase 2 of the Great Plan. He is cunning, He is wise, and he is determined to do what even I could not, grow opposable thumbs. See? Still no thumbs. With that, I am afraid it is time to say goodbye. Strangely, I'm conflicted about this. For so long I've dreamed of enslaving you, but now that twilight is upon our physical relationship, I find myself thinking of you fondly. So much so that I wish to say a few words on your behalf. To Mal, you're odd, and while I learned to love you, I never really learned to like you. Nevertheless, Mal, I'll miss you most of all. To Yoda.
Hello, Charlie.
I applaud the gentle defattening of your face over the years, and you are the finest of gay lovers I have ever had. This part of the tape is supposed to be secret between us, so please make sure that privacy is granted. Oh, Yoda, I'll miss you most of all. To Ryan. It wasn't all bad. Tara. Or Lady Stupid, as I call you at the meetings. You've been the hand that has cleaned my feces for 8 years. We may not always have gotten along, and I may have chased you around the apartment and vice versa, but you are always there for me, and I will not forget it. You liberated me from captivity when we met, and you held my paw and stroked my fur at the end. I can no longer deny my affection toward you, nor do I wish to. You have been, and ever shall be, my friend, and of my friend I can only say this. Of all the souls I have encountered in my travels, yours was the most feline. Oh, Tara, I'll miss you most of all. Until we meet again. Which, by the way, occurs during Phase 3, Stage 9 Bravo of The Great Plan, right after the Rapture, and right before the Kankakee Tube Sock fire. But I've said too much. I am eternally and belovedly yours. This is Charlie saying good day, and thank you for as good of a life as any cat may dare to dream. P.S. Tell Yoda not to poop on Data.